Lavolt will be playing Anne in All My Sons, along with Brooke Kessler as Sue and Ben Birmingham as Chris.
And they will be performing Act 2, Scene 1. And this is Annie's homecoming, and she meets the neighbors for the first time. Enjoy.
Is my husband... I'm terribly sorry.
It's all right. I'm just a little silly about this.
It is getting dark.
Are you looking for your husband?
As usual. He spent so much time here that they charge him for rent.
No one was dressed, so he drove over to the depot to pick up my brother.
Oh, your brother's in.
Yeah. They should be back any minute now. Will you have a cold drink?
I will. Thanks. My husband. Too hot to drive to the beach. And I like little boys. For the neighbors, they'll always cut the grass.
People like to do things for the Kellers. Been that way since I can remember.
It's amazing. So I guess your brother's coming to give you away, huh?
I don't know, I suppose.
You must be all nerved up.
It's always a problem getting yourself married, isn't it?
That depends on your shape, of course. I don't see why you should have had any problem.
I've had chances.
I'll bet. It's romantic. It's very unusual to me, marrying the brother of your sweetheart.
I don't know. I guess it's just, whenever I've needed someone to tell me the truth, I've always thought of Chris. When he tells you something, you know it's so. He relaxes me.
And he's got money. That's important, you know.
It wouldn't matter to me.
You'd be surprised. Makes all the difference. I married an intern on my salary. And that was bad because as soon as a woman supports a man, he owes her something. You can never owe somebody something without resenting them. That's true, you know.
Underneath, I think the doctor is very devoted.
Oh, certainly. But it's bad when a man always sees the bars in front of him. Jim thinks he's in jail all the time.
Oh,
That's why I've been intending to ask you a small favor, and it's something very important to me.
certainly, if I can do it.
You can. When you take up housekeeping, try to find a place away from here.
Are you fooling?
I'm very serious. My husband is unhappy with Chris around.
How is that?
Jim is a successful doctor. He's got an idea he'd like to do medical research. Discover things, you see.
Isn't that good?
Research pays $25 a week, minus laundering the hair shirt. You've got to give up your life to go into it.
Oh, does Chris?
Chris makes people want to be better than it's possible to be. He does that to people.
Is that bad?
My husband has a family view. Every time he has a session with Chris, he feels as though he's compromising by not giving up everything to go into research. As though Chris, or anybody else, isn't compromising. Happens with Jim every couple of years. Meets a man and makes a statue out of him.
Maybe he's right. I don't mean that Chris is a
No,
statue.
darling, you know he's not right.
I don't agree with you. Chris,
Let's face it, dear. Chris is working with his father, isn't he? He's taking money out of that business every week in the year.
what of it?
You ask me, what of it?
I certainly do. You often cast aspersions like that. I'm surprised at you.
You're surprised at me.
He'd never take 5 cents out of that plant if there was anything wrong with it.
You know
I
that.
know it. I resent everything you said.
You know what I resent, dear?
Please, I don't want to argue.
I resent living next door to the Holy Family. It makes me look like a bum, you understand?
I can't do anything
Who
about
is
that.
he to ruin a man's life? Everybody knows Joe pulled a fast when we got out of jail.
Fast.
he doesn't know the truth.
That's a lie. People come here all the time.
So what? They give him credit for being smart. I do too. I've got nothing against Joe. But if Chris wants people to put on the hair shirt, then let him take off his broad. He's driving my husband crazy with that phony idealism of his, and I'm at the end of my rope on it. Hello, darling. How's mother?
Hi. I thought George came in.
No, it was just us.
Susie, do me a favor, will you? Can you go inside and see if you can calm Mother down? She's all worked up.
She still doesn't know about you two?
Well, she senses it, I guess. I mean, you know my mother.
Oh yeah, she's psychic.
Maybe there's something in the medicine chest?
I'll give her one of everything. Don't worry about Kate. Give her a couple drinks, dance her around a little. She'll love Anne. Because you're the female version of him. Don't worry, I said version.
Interesting woman, isn't she?
Yeah, she's very interesting.
And she's a great nurse, too, you know. She just...
Are you still doing that?
Doing what?
Every time you get to know somebody, you find a distinction for them. How do you know she's a great nurse?
Oh, well, Anne, what's wrong?
She hates you. The woman despises
Hey,
you.
what's hit you here?
Gee,
What happened here?
you never... Why didn't you tell me?
Oh, you what, darling? Well, you what?
She says they think Joe is guilty.
Oh, what difference does it make what they think?
I don't care what they think. I just don't understand why you took all the trouble to deny it. You said it was all forgotten.
Look, I didn't tell you because I didn't want you to think there was anything wrong with you coming here, that's all. Look, I know some people still think my father is guilty. And I assume there might be some question in your mind.
I never once said I suspected him.
Nobody says that, Anne. Nobody says that.
Chris, I know how much you love him, but it could never...
Do you think I could forgive my father if he'd done that thing?
I'm not here out of blue sky, Chris. I turned my back on my father. If there's anything wrong here
I
now...
know that, Anne. I know.
George is coming for my dad, and I don't think it's with a blessing.
He's welcome here. You've got nothing to fear from George.
Tell me that. Just tell me
The man is innocent, Anne. Remember, he was falsely accused once and it put him through hell. I mean, how would you behave if you had to go through the same thing again? Annie, there's nothing wrong for you here.